Welcome to another edition of See Damon Trek. Now, if you're going to visit Panama, you'll no doubt surf the net for great deals and things to do, and no doubt you'll come across Casco Viejo and Panama Viejo. However, this is the real Panama Viejo, or Old Panama. This is a part of Panama that you may never have the privilege to know about because your ass isn't crazy enough to be wandering around here. If you visit Panama City, you may never give a thought to what lies just beyond the police checkpoints and the overgrown soccer field as you drive along the highway that borders this part of town. You may look with a little bit of curiosity at the lesser visited Spanish ruins here that are a part of a UNESCO World Heritage Site that your tour guide will not mention. Your tour guide will save their energy for the Casco Viejo or Panama Viejo that is on the well-traveled tourist path that you probably saw on the internet when you reserved your tour. But to me, this is the sublimely beautiful part of Panama where history meets the present, where the grind of humanity sits in the shadow of one of the richest cities in Latin America, where the ghosts of gang members walk shoulder to shoulder with those of conquistadors through these narrow clustered streets. For 150 years, this part of Panama flourished as Spain exported Peruvian gold and silver to Europe via Panama. In 1671, Captain Henry Morgan sacked the city, and it was relocated to the present-day Casco Viejo, which is across the bay and is a staple of the tourist circuit. Spanish conquistadors laid claim to this very spot now known as Panama Viejo on August 15, 1519, making it the oldest permanent European settlement on the Pacific, a stark juxtaposition to modern Panama City across the bay. In this part of Panama City that never sees a tour bus because gangs and crime run rampant here, and true humble humanity doesn't attract those who want a Facebook postable selfie, the ruins of old Panama jut out among the more modern, single-level, tin-roofed buildings of this rough scrabbled barrio like the roots of a cypress tree. Ruins intermingled and circling what some would call ruins. But within these streets there continues the age-old story of mothers and fathers earning their daily bread, proudly and steadfastly working, raising their children, maintaining an indomitable sense of hope for the future. Now forgive me for the poor camera angles, as it would be detrimental to my well-being if the police and citizens alike knew I was filming. Okay. This is part of Panama that you're not going to see on the internet and the places to tour. This is the true Panama Viejo. I feel it's quite a privilege to be able to walk these narrow main streets of Panama Viejo. Sometimes you gotta try to see what you can get away with. Like I said, you won't see this on any of the internet tours. This place here is about 500 years old. This neighborhood is 500 years old, built on top of itself. The people will view you with a little bit of suspicion. The police patrol here on a regular basis, and I can't help but feel it's a bit of a privilege for me, perhaps one of the few gringos in probably, I don't want to exaggerate, but probably 50 square blocks right now. This is not a place that tourists will generally come. No, let me take that back. It's a place tourists don't come. Right here, this is where a lot of the borrachos, the drunks, will hang out. And funny enough, it's right next to an alleyway church. This is to me, a working class neighborhood just trying to grind it out on a day-to-day basis. Tours won't come through here. It is just people grinding it out, selling things from their home, cutting hair, recycling metal, doing all those things that people do to grind it out, just like in the United States. And so for me, it's just a privilege to be able to come through here without getting my ass kicked So right now it looks like you're undergoing a police stop because I was walking around taking pictures. So, we'll just wait it out. My ID didn't get checked, but my friend's ID did get checked. And, it's not a big deal, man. Is that a papaya? No, not a papaya. Mango? Mango tree? Oh, my God. I'm just acting like I'm a stupid ass tourist, but I tell you what, I do love those mangoes. So, okay, we just cleared the police check, and they wanted to know, I'm sorry that the video wasn't that good, but it was hard to surreptitiously video the police. They said I wasn't allowed to take any photos or film of them, so I just kind of held as you can see, I just kind of held the camera down to try to give you a feel of what was going on. Basically, they stopped us because we were walking around looking at stuff, and they wanted to make sure we weren't casing the joint. We must look like some gangsters. So they run an ID check on Popito, and then they let us go. But to be quite honest with you, that's pretty good, man. They're keeping that very high crime rate area as safe as they can. So kudos to them. Kudos for community policing. Yeah.